Hello everyone, I'm back with my next video on A Legend of the Northland by Cary, and this video is for the students of class 9. This video has got all the question and answers that can be asked from the poem. There's another video of the same poem with explanation, summary and the message that the poet wants to convey. So let's start with the question and answers. Question 1. Which country or countries do you think the Northland refers to? The answer is, it is a country in the north around the Arctic Circle where days are short and nights are long. Question 2. What did Saint Peter ask the old lady for? What was the lady's reaction? The answer is, Saint Peter asked the old lady for a piece of cake. The lady behaved miserly and kept decreasing the size of the cake. At last, she did not give him anything to eat. Question 3. How does the woodpecker get her food? The answer is, the woodpecker bores the hard, dry wood to get its food. Question 4. Do you think that the old lady would have been so ungenerous if she had known who Saint Peter really was? What would she have done then? The answer is, no, she would not have done this. On the contrary, she would have given him a large piece of cake to make him happy with greed to get a handsome return. Question 5. Is this a true story? Which part of this poem do you feel is the most important? The answer is, no, it is an imaginative story. It is a legend. The third stanza of the poem is very important. Question 6. What is a legend? Why is this poem called a legend? The answer is, a legend is a story from which ancient times about people and events. The title of the poem tells that it is a legend. The poet himself says that I don't believe it is true. Question 7. Write the story of A Legend of the Northland in about 10 sentences. The answer is, the poem is a story of an old woman. She is asked by Saint Peter for alms who has been weak because of fasting and traveling. But her greed forces her not to give him anything. He becomes angry and makes her a woodpecker who bores hard dry wood to get food. Her clothes are burnt to ashes and she is left with a cap on her head. She continues boring into hard wood for her little food. Question 8. Let's look at the words at the end of the second and the fourth lines, that is, snows and clothes, true and you, below and no. We find that snow rhymes with clothes, true rhymes with you and below rhymes with no. Find more such rhyming words. The answer is earth, hearth, done, one, lay away, another over, flat, that, saint, faint, form, warm, food, wood, and same flame. Question 9. What happened to the cake every time when the old lady tried to bake it? The answer is, the old lady was a greedy woman. She had no desire to share her things with others. Once Saint Peter was tired and hungry, he arrived at her cottage to get something. The old lady tried again and again to bake a very small cake for Saint Peter, but the size of the cake always appeared to her bigger and the lady was even unable to give this cake to the saint out of her miserly attitude and greed. Question 10. What happened to the old lady when Saint Peter cursed her? Saint Peter became angry at her greed because she did not give a piece of cake to a saint to satiate his hunger. When he cursed the lady, she turned into a bird. She flew through the chimney. Finally, she became a woodpecker. She wore a red cap and her body was black. Besides, she was bound to live in the forest with scanty food. Question 11. Describe the landscape of the Northland as described in the poem. The answer is, the Northland is far away in the north. In this land of snow and ice, the days are very short, the nights are too long. When it snows, they harness swift reindeer to sledges. Children are packed with so many layers of clothes to protect from cold. In their funny and furry clothes, they look like cubs of bears. Question 12. Why does the poet tell a story which he does not believe to be true? The poet wants to tell a curious story. It is the story of Saint Peter and a greedy little woman. The poet himself doesn't believe in the truth of the story, but still he is compelled to tell the story simply for one reason. The story gives a moral lesson. Greed is an evil trait in man. It is punished in the end. The greedy little woman who didn't want to give a small piece of cake to the hungry Saint Peter was cursed to be a woodpecker. She had to live with little food. We should show human qualities in our behavior. Question 13. What moral lesson do you get from this poem? This poem teaches us that true happiness lies in sharing things with the persons who are in need. If we are greedy, we cannot have happiness in our life. On the other hand, our charitable nature makes us think about pains and sorrows suffered by the other people. The charitable people have many friends and they are always connected with one another with a strong bond of sentiments. But the greedy people have hardly any friends and they often live alone in the world. Question 14. Why was Saint Peter forced to curse the greedy little woman? Do you justify the action of Saint Peter? The answer is, Saint Peter was a holy man. He was a Christian saint. He spent his time moving around places and preaching the people there. Saints generally bless the people. They don't curse them. However, these holy men resort to cursing when people defy good sense and become evil. The little woman in the story was extremely selfish and greedy. After much traveling and preaching, Saint Peter had become tired. He had become weak and hungry after the fast. He came to the cottage of the little woman for food. Seeing her baking cakes, Saint Peter asked her to give him from her store of cakes. The greedy woman made a very little piece of cake for him. Even that small piece looked too large to be given away to the saint. Hence, she went on making it smaller and smaller. The hungry Saint Peter cursed the selfish and greedy woman. She was cursed to be a woodpecker, boring and struggling for her scanty food. Saint Peter was justified in cursing her. She had deprived a tired and hungry saint even from a small piece of cake. She was rightly punished for her greed. I hope this video was helpful to you. Do write in the comment section which part of the poem you liked most. If you are a newcomer, please subscribe to my channel. Press the bell icon for the latest notifications. Take good care of yourself. Bye.